Hey everybody, welcome back to the Coaches Show here on CIH Media. A couple more games in the books for the Bozeman Icedogs, and we are joined every Monday, as always, by head coach and general manager Mike Perkins. Mike, how you doing, man?
Great, Eric. What's going on today?
Oh, you know what's going on. We jumped on this call, and I noticed you're a little chipper here this afternoon because you guys won another two games. You're 6-1 on the year. What's the mood of the squad right now?
Hey, we had a really good practice this morning. Guys were upbeat, and it we when we have a good weekend, we have what's called Music Mondays. So we do a lot of skill work, and we play some music, and the guys get a chance to enjoy themselves a little bit.
All right, what's on the playlist? Now I gotta know.
I got to be honest. This is all these guys. Uh, I heard everything from Kanye to Katy Perry.
Oh yeah, you went the whole gamut there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think one of the last ones was Fireworks. So, which is not one of my favorite songs, but okay.
Let them do it. Hey, you know what? If they feel good, they're going to play good, and they certainly did
We had
over the
we had a little bit
weekend.
of pop music, we had a little bit of rap, we had a little bit of country, so we hit all the different genres.
So when you get everybody together, on the team, and they're all different backgrounds, they're from all over, and it seems like everything's meshing pretty well.
Yeah, yeah. Well, when it comes to the music, it's interesting. When you come in the locker room, there's just lots of different tastes and likes, so it's fun to be a part of. And yeah, definitely on a Monday morning when you win a couple of games, you come in the locker room and they're playing music and having a good time. It makes everybody feel upbeat. That's for sure.
Yeah, anybody's going to feel upbeat after two wins over the weekend. So we'll start with Friday in the game against Great Falls. You guys get your first shutout of the year. Jack Ryan was in the net. Talk about his performance to lead you guys to that first shutout of the season.
Yeah, definitely. He made several saves that were key to helping us get the shutout. But I think a lot of really good defense in front of him. I think we were pretty sound defensively. Friday night, uh, 5-on-5, shorthanded, all around. We were pretty solid defensively.
Yeah, Andrew Countess had a couple of goals and a shorthanded goal, like you'd mentioned. Talk about his performance to help you guys get on that scoreboard.
Yeah, when you got a 20-year-old leader like Andrew, and you're in a fairly tight game, and they think that they're going to get a really good opportunity to get in the game and make something happen on a power play, and he says, "Sorry, no, I'm going to take over this game," and he puts the team on his back and horses the puck down the other end of the ice and battles through another player and gets a good grade A opportunity and buries it. It's fun to watch a 20-year-old do that. That's for sure.
So, an interesting thing that happened during the game as I was looking through all the statistics, it looked like Great Falls switched up their goaltending midway through the contest. When that
Yeah.
happens, first of all, I can't imagine it's rare or a common thing in your league, but when that does happen, how do you adjust on the bench and what information gets passed along?
Well, definitely interesting because Ryder, who was out of the game, was injured.
Mm.
That's why he came out. He's a heck of a goaltender and somebody that we've contended with over the last couple of years. We know that whenever he's in the net, that gives them an opportunity to win a hockey game. And obviously, we don't want to see anybody injured, but it was seeing him go out of the game. Obviously, we knew that our odds of winning went up for sure. The guy that they brought in was a very capable goaltender and made some key saves for them as well. But we got two on Ryder and two on the next guy, and that really was the tail of the tape.
Do you gather the team up whenever there's a goaltender change like that and give them anything from a scouting report, or do you kind of just stick to what you've been doing the rest of the first half of the game?
Yeah, I think when it comes to other teams early in the season, it's tough to get a good read on everybody. But as the season progresses, no doubt there's tendencies that we look at in teams and tendencies that we look at in opposing players and try to capitalize on those pre-scouting reports.
You guys were outshot in the game 46-33, which does not happen very often. But like you said, Jack Ryan was there to make the saves. Do you think that was a lot of just maybe a flurry of them trying to get on the board, or was this a all game thing where it kind of felt like the ice was tilted their way? You just had the better defense.
A little of both, but I also would say there quite a few of those shots were from the perimeter. I think we were fairly even on shots from the red zone, and that would be from like the top of the circles into the posts. I think what I counted is we were somewhere around 17, 18 per team that we had 17, 18 in the red zone and they had 17, 18 in the red zone. And I think that's for me as a coach, I really try to look at those and those perimeter shots. Most definitely we should be, those really aren't grade A scoring chances and opportunities. So maybe the shot chart and count was a little misleading in that perspective. So yeah, we keep an eye on that, but we're really trying to center in on where they're getting those shots from. So at least from my perspective, we were fairly even across the board in that respect.
All right, so you've taken care of the Americans this year, 2-0 against them. You switch your focus to Butte on Saturday night in what can only be described as a wild shootout there. It's 7-4. You guys got the victory. What was the tone like when the game first started? And then throughout that first period, how did things change?
I thought we did a really good job of coming out early and putting a lot of pressure on them and getting some really good opportunities. Lex, of course, continued his scoring barrage, or whatever you want to call it. He just happens to be in the right spot, and his line mates are getting him opportunities, and the team is getting him opportunities. But we came out really strong. We get a couple of untimely penalties. They capitalize on it. All 7 of our goals were even strength. All 4 of their goals were on the power play. So obviously we have some things to work on when it comes to penalty killing. But we probably the biggest point is we responded. They tied it up 2-2, and within a minute, Devin Bruns gets the go-ahead goal again. And I think from that point, we really never looked back. And sometimes when you respond that way, they work so hard to get the thing tied back up, and then all of a sudden we come right back at them and score within a minute. That could be devastating to a team.
Yeah, there were a lot of times in this game where one team scored and the other one came right back, and it was usually you guys that were responding. You talked about Lex Steckelberg going on a barrage of scoring. He got another hat trick. He's got 3 in the first 7 games this season. What are you seeing from him? I know we've talked about him in the first couple of episodes. We talked to him last week, but what are you seeing from him as the games progress throughout the season so far that's making him get even better?
I think he's just getting to the right space on ice and finding some spots for himself to get good quality opportunities. And he'll tell you himself, a lot of the work to get the puck and get the puck to where he's at is done by his line mates. And you're going to talk to Devin here in a few minutes, and he's one of those key guys that's putting in a lot of that work. Devin's a heck of a goal scorer himself. It's just right now, Lex is really reaping a lot of the rewards of the work of all of them, including Lex. Like, he's doing a lot of the work too to make it happen, but he just happens to be finding some space right now. So, no matter who we put on the line, whether it's Andrew Countess that's on the line with them, or whether it's Matthew Stamp that's on the line with them, those guys are finding ways to make it work. And really, kind of the key to it is, right now, Devin and Lex are really doing a lot of the lion's share of the works. That's for sure.
You had Russell Newman start in net on Saturday night. He's back with the club, makes a season debut. I know 4 goals went in, but like you said, they were all on the power play. What did you like from him in his first game this year?
Yeah, he made a couple of huge saves. He made a save in the first period on a breakaway to shut down Logan Weber, who's a very good hockey player for Butte. And that was a huge save for us. And then he made another one on Easton Langamo, I think in the second period, late in the second period, that was huge for us as well. So again, a goaltender that makes some key saves across the course of a game really allows your team to have a chance to win hockey games.
I do want to touch on your special teams, like you had mentioned there a few minutes ago. This game was out of control in that third period. Both teams in the game had 11 power play opportunities. They were 4 for 11. You guys were 0 for 11. I want to know what you need to do to fix on both ends of special teams to improve and what you're seeing from your guys.
I got 2 sides to this. One, absolutely, we need to work on both sides of it, but also we really didn't need it to win those games. And I mean, it is part of our recipe for success is to win as special teams when it comes to a game. But we didn't need it this game, and it gives us an opportunity to work on it and really kind of zero on some things that need to be rectified. That's for sure.
I've called a lot of hockey in my last almost 20 years of doing this, and I'm not sure I've ever seen a team give up 4 power play goals, not score any, and still win the game. That's pretty impressive. What did you like 5-on-5 out there that led to all seven of your goals?
I just think we played with a lot of speed through the neutral zone, and we capitalized on our chances, and that started right from the beginning. We got pucks up to our defensemen and got them going to the net, and that first goal was just an easy redirect to the misdirection play, and unfortunately the goalie couldn't track it for on their side, but for us, it was business as usual.
Well, one of those guys who did get an even strength goal was Devin Bruns. He actually scored once in each of the games over this last weekend, and he's actually going to join us here on the show right now. All right, Devin Bruns joining us here on the Coaches Show. Devin, how are you on this fine Monday morning?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing all right, man. You guys got to be stoked picking up two big wins. What's the mood in the locker room like after you get two wins in the same weekend?
It's definitely different. Everyone's happy. Everyone's enjoying it and joking around. So it's definitely more energy and everyone's happy. And like our coach said, we have the music Monday, so everyone's got good energy. Everyone's dancing, have a good time on the ice. So it's always a good time in the locker room and on the ice.
Now, even when you do win two games, I know coaches a lot of the time, have that mentality like, yeah, all right, you're good, but let's take it easy. We still got a lot to work on. Do you as players ever get that to sneak into your mind when you get back out into practice?
Yeah, for sure. You got work to do every week. You got the Sunday off, so you get your day to rest and then right back to it on Monday. So for sure, you got to get back to it. But it's always fun to have a good energy, have some fun on the ice, and get the work done, but have fun doing it.
Let's talk about your goals from the weekend. You scored one in each game over Friday and Saturday. What did you see on each of them that led you to be able to bury the biscuit?
On Friday, it was definitely, our goaltender making a huge save and a rebound ended up in a good spot. I was able to pick it up and carry it down the ice and finish the play. But if he didn't make that first save, rebound wasn't there for me to grab it. So it was just a great save, good play on his part, and ended up just finding the loose rebound. And then Saturday, it was definitely our new goaltender communicating with our defenseman, made a great play to the corner, moved it up the ice, and Lex made a great area pass for me. I was able to pick it up and carry it down the ice and score again. It's just everybody did their job on that play. Everyone was in the right spots, especially a new goaltender coming in last week and figuring out how to communicate with our defensemen and making the play he's supposed to.
So you got two road games coming up this week. You'll be at Gillette and at Badlands coming up Friday and Saturday. What do you know about those two teams, and what do you have to do to go out and get a W in both of them?
Yeah, it's definitely a long trip, so it's going to be a long road trip. But I think that if we all work together, make the details, and finish our plays and really plays to a team, I think we can get it done. They're both great teams, both doing well this year, but I think it'll be a new challenge for us to get out of the state and play the two new teams we haven't played.
So you grew up just outside of Chicago. You're playing in Bozeman, two places that I can't imagine are a whole lot alike. What's
Yeah.
it been like for you to adapt into the Bozeman community over the last two seasons and compare it to what it's like back near Chicago?
Definitely different for sure. I'm used to the city life and the suburbs and stuff, and coming out here and it's a little more isolated. I got the mountains. It's a smaller town. It's definitely different, but adjusting to it was nice. Like Andrew Countess was my roommate, and I grew up with him. He was always great to show me the way and kind of help me out my rookie season. And now, he's still a great friend. I'm billeting with him, so he's really helped me out in that way and showed me what it's like out here and what the best things are.
You try to get tips from him. He had a couple of goals over the weekend as well. Do you ever try to talk to him and pick his brain a little bit about what he's doing that might help you out?
Definitely, yeah. I wish I had his work ethic. He works all the time in the locker room and stuff. He's always busting his butt on the ice in the locker room. So yeah, for sure.
Okay, so last week, you don't know this. We were trying to figure out, all right, who we're going to talk to this week. And we even asked Lex Steckelberg, hey, he would be good. And he said, Brunsy's pretty funny. You should get him on. So I need to know, are you the jokester in the locker room? Are you the funny guy?
I try. Yeah, sometimes. I try to crack a one-liner here and there and make some guys laugh and stuff. So it happens sometimes.
All right, the one-liner thing, you and I would get along because
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I'm in that same boat too. Well, listen, hey, good luck this upcoming weekend. Go get the job done, grab another two wins, and try to stay atop those standings, huh?
Will do. Thank you.
All right, that was Devin Bruns, kind enough to sit with us. Coach, you got a guy who comes out from near Chicago, as he talked about adapting to a new area over these last couple of seasons, and what has he meant to your squad?
Well, Andrew led the charge. They grew up playing the same program, and that was really Devin came out the one year to visit, and and obviously Andrew being here and having a good experience helped Devin make his decision to come to Bozeman. And he's been a big part right away from the get-go. He was in our top 9, then our top 6, and then our top 3. So he's really kind of made a nice progression, and it's been great having him. He's a fine young man, and he means a lot to us, and he means a lot to the locker room. So couldn't be more proud of him.
All right, let's look ahead now. Coming up, you got Gillette on Friday. You've got Badlands on Saturday. What do you have to do to take down the Wild on Friday night?
Traditionally they're a heavy team. They play a tough style of hockey. They're going to be very quick strike style of hockey. So we're going to have to be ready for it. And they're going to try to come out early and get things going and bring the game to us. So we're going to have to be ready for it and basically take their game and take it right back to them.
And the Sabres on Saturday?
Sabres are a well-coached hockey team. They do a good job. I gotta give those guys a lot of credit. They have a really nice program and nice organization, and they have a good rink. And we're going to go into their building, and they're very proud organization. So to go and try to get 2 points out of them is going to be difficult. We've had some great battles with them over the years, and I expect nothing different.
It's interesting you say there they got a good rink. When you go out on the road and you go into a building that you might like and you like how it's set up, do you think that helps your team?
I I think so, and I will tell you that Badlands in Rapid City, they play at Roosevelt Park Ice Arena. That is a great little rink, and it probably seats maybe it's not huge, but it seats maybe like 400, maybe 500 tops. And it's all seating on one side, but it's a neat little rink, and I think they got a little gem there, and it's fun to go play there, and it's a good environment, and they have a good crowd, and should be fun Saturday night. Have Friday night the same thing. Gillette has a beautiful facility. Spirit Hall Arena is a good rink, and they do a very good from a attendance standpoint there. They usually do probably 7, 8, 900 people every night. So we're expecting good crowds, and like Devin said, we're excited to play some new teams here. We played all the Montana teams and Yellowstone. So it's time for us to kind of branch out and play a few other teams in the division.
Both games at 7:05 Mountain Time over the weekend, Friday night and Saturday night. And then after that, got a home and home against Helena. So you'll see the Bighorns again here coming up quickly. As we like to do at the end of every show, Coach, is there anything you'd like to talk about here to wrap up this week's touch base?
I can't say enough about our goaltending, and obviously having Russell Newman here really kind of solidifies what we think is a good goaltending tandem. And we're excited to kind of progress with that and develop as a team behind those two guys. And they're kind of leading the charge for us. And both of those guys Jack and Russell are very capable and their craft and what they do as goaltenders. And they're very dedicated in how they play. And we're excited to keep it going. Of course, I always like to make mention of my coaching staff and the people that are supporting me. I can't do this by myself. I got to give a lot of credit to Paul Butner, who's my assistant coach, and I got to give credit to Jan Massapus, who's our skill coach, who basically runs our Mondays practices on ice. He does a great job of teaching skills to our players, and then Caden Hargraves, who's our goalie coach, does a fantastic job with our goalies as well. And of course, Russell and Jack are very lucky to have a young goaltending coach like Caden, and his nickname's Gravy. So we sure are happy to have him aboard. And then of course Mike Wilkinson, who is one of our other assistant coaches, who brings another aspect to the he's the interesting thing about Mike is he is a former Ice Dog. He's got a lot of pride in our program, and just to have him around is very important. Of course, his sons have been a part of the program, Reed and Spencer. And Spencer's now on playing with MSU, but to have a legacy players come through and Mike really paving the way for the future of Bozeman Icedog hockey. And then now having him aboard and a part of our coaching staff is makes me really proud to work with those guys.
You know, you touched on the goaltending, of course, which is very important. Now you got what you like to consider maybe a 1A and a 1B. Nobody's really the quote unquote backup. When Jack played the first 6 games of the season, of course, competitor's going to compete. He's going to want to be out there for every game. But do you feel like a little sense of relief for him also that, hey, I got somebody else who can spell me for a night. We're going to be just fine.
Well, we need more than one goalie, that's for sure, especially in a 47 game schedule and just the grind of it. Yeah, and I think for us, we were just kind of waiting for the right situation, and Russell happened to be available, and we took advantage of it. So to have both guys, I think both guys are happy to know that they have a good partner.
Well, listen, Coach, good luck this weekend. Everybody, if you can't make it out to the games on the road, you can watch on NAHL TV. Make sure you grab a subscription to do that. And Coach, we'll touch base again next Monday.
Thanks, Eric. Really appreciate it.
This has been the Coach's Show here on CIH Media. Don't forget to subscribe on our YouTube channel and go to cih-media.com for more. We'll talk to you next week, everybody. Bye-bye.